I would also guess that many of you do not have a LinkedIn profile. LI is LinkedIn. I get tired of typing it. So your LinkedIn profile is not keyword search optimized. Okay, well, what does that even mean? So when you're taking a look at your LinkedIn profile, there are 4 sections. Matter of fact, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I assume everyone can still see my screen. Mindy, if you can't see you, please chime in. So let's take a look at Mike Mittleman for a second. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn profile. And your LinkedIn profile, to the extent that you want to attract recruiters, third-party recruiters, recruiters that work at companies, you want to attract the recruiters. So basically, there's 4 sections of a LinkedIn profile where you need to have keywords. What the keywords are depends obviously on your job type, the industry you're in, and all of that. Beyond the scope, obviously, of what we're talking about here. But there's 4 sections of a LinkedIn profile that you want to have as many keywords as possible. So number 1, right underneath your name, you get 220 characters. I've used, I think, close to 200, 218, 219. You should be able to take a look at my tagline. We call it tagline or headline. You should be able to take a look at this and know exactly what I can do for you. Okay. And this isn't, I deal with financial professionals a lot. They're not the only ones I deal with. That's a lot of who I work with. But you sort of know about me here. Okay, I can help you with recognition and respect and relief. I help people earn what they deserve. I'm a career coach. I say I'm a banker. And of course, I'm proud of the fact that I went to Wharton, so I say Wharton, because that helps credibility. So right underneath your name, incredibly important to have keywords, and it's also one of the first things somebody sees. Somebody will first look at your picture, then your name, then your headline section. So if you don't have a good picture, can't change your name. Although if you have a hyphenated name, or if you took your partner's name, there's ways to deal with that also. But your picture, your name, and your tagline, incredibly important. Okay. The next section, LinkedIn has changed around how they present somebody, but I'm going to skip over the activity for a minute and go to the about section. So some of you may not even have an about section. It's incredibly important. It's probably the 4th most important part, because number 1, it's a handshake introduction of you. So therefore you'll read somebody's about section, and hopefully that reinforces what's in your tagline above. And the about section is important because it's the 2nd of the 4 keyword search areas. Okay, you get 2,600 characters. I pretty much have used them all. Okay, so 2,600 characters. You get 2,600, use them, absolutely crucial. So that's the 2nd of the 4 keyword search areas. Your experience section is also the 3rd section. You're allowed 2,000 characters per position. I've used them all. At least I should have used them all. I haven't looked at it in a while. Shame on me. I haven't looked at my LinkedIn profile in about 6 months. So the experience is absolutely crucial. You get 2,000 characters. That's absolutely plenty to describe what you want to describe. And then finally, what used to be called the skills and endorsement section, which is now called the skills section. There's 2 things. Interesting. I paused for a second because it seems like LinkedIn made a change again. So that's actually important with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is always making changes, and now it's owned by Microsoft. So they're constantly making changes. But there's some sort of universal truths or stuff that I see usually. So number 1, you get 50 skills. Now there's a reason why I only have 45. It's the way I conduct business, and I have to have some extra room in there when I'm giving a client recommendations. But basically, you get 50 skills, keyword search area. So not only do you want 50 skills, but you want 50 multi-word skills. So don't have cross-functional manager when you can have global cross-functional team leader. Nerds like me get into contests with other people about how we can get 5 and 6 word keywords into 5 and 6 words into a keyword. I mean, clearly we don't have a personal life. Probably the reason why I've had 2 divorces, but we people on my end kind of like that stuff. So you got to have 50 skills if you want to be found, and they should be multi-word. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so you have your top 3 skills, or the 3 skills that you actually select to be on the top, are also here. Nobody clicks this button, but you want to have 50, and your top 3 should be here. So I will almost guarantee that at least half of you have outdated skills or skills that don't match your next job. So if you're senior and you have junior skills here, not going to look good. So if you have all technical skills and you're not stressing your management skills, that's a mistake for anybody. I don't care if you're a Python developer, you still want to say that you have some sort of management skills. If you're 28 or older, if you don't have anybody reporting to you, that's different. But I'd argue you still want to have some because you're still managing. You're managing up in the organization. You may be managing business stakeholders in other departments. So that's the fourth area, is the skills section. So does anybody have any questions? If you do, please type them into the chat. So I'm going to pause here. So I'd encourage everyone to be as as interactive as possible, because if I talk for a straight hour and a half and don't take a break, I'm going to get bored of myself. Okay, someone type something in. Okay, a bit of a shy audience. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so people, Mindy, is the chat open? Yeah, I can see somebody put a chat in. Okay, fantastic.
Yes, so the chat is open. And if you guys don't want to type in, you guys are welcome to unmute and ask questions as well.
Yep. And I didn't plant anybody in the audience to ask me a question, which is something I generally do.